What's going on, everyone? This is Jay from Premier Gaming Entertainment, and I'm here to give you and bring to you my takeaways and analysis video for this week's game versus Indiana. Leave me a comment in the comment section below. Let me know how you feel about the game. Were you surprised about the result? Did you think that we were going to play the way that we did this game, or just let me know how you feel in the comment section below about the result of the game. I'll be perfectly honest with you. I was somewhat surprised by the result of the game. Up until this point, for the last few years, Indiana has played us really tightly, played us very well, especially on the road. These games have come down to the wire. I think the last two games that we played against these guys in Indiana, the games went into overtime, whereas being able to barely win. So I was completely shocked by the final score for this game. I thought it was going to be a much closer game. I thought Indiana, was playing relatively well up until that point. Lost a real close game last week versus Penn State. Probably if they had played with a little bit more precision, if they had, taken care of the football, not make as many mistakes, they might have had a chance to beat Penn State on the road. So I thought with them coming back and playing at home, and with Michigan, historically not playing well on the road, I thought this was going to be a really difficult game. Boy, was I wrong, but I'm glad I was wrong. So, my first takeaway from this game is that Michigan's offense is actually working. It's actually doing the things that I think most of us thought we had the ability to do all year. Everything is finally clicking. Everything is finally working. So I don't know if it was just step by step, week by week, slowly adding layers to their offense to finally get things to work. I don't know if it's just something that clicked, if they scaled back the difficulty of the playbook and just went with their best plays and stopped trying to make things as difficult as possible. I'm not sure what this turnaround is, but the offense is actually looking like the offense that we've expected since the beginning of the season. I don't know. Maybe someone whispered in these guys' ear and said, if you guys are in the red zone, what you probably need to do is just throw it up to your wide receivers and let them make plays. I don't know if someone just mentioned that to them, but this has been something that I've been harping on for probably going on 2 years now, probably more. And it's like they just finally decided and realized, if we just throw it up to Nico Collins in the end zone, he probably is going to get it. If we throw it up to Donovan Peoples-Jones in the end zone, he's probably going to get it. I don't know what's taken our offensive schemes. I don't know what's taken so long for us to realize that this is pretty much money, but it was good to see that they've actually gone to this, and good to see that they realize now and see that it is successful, because it's been there all year. And, these guys are unstoppable to me. We have one of the best wide receivers as a group in the whole entire country, but we don't utilize them the way that we should. And for whatever reason, I don't know why we don't, but something has clicked, the light bulb is turned on, and we're now realizing what our strengths are and working towards just executing. We're finally doing things that other teams have done to us. I watched in this Indiana game, one of the key things that, especially in that Penn State game, was them taking advantage of mismatches. They did in the last game too, by the way. But just getting safeties on their top wide receivers, or running someone like Giles Jackson into the game as a running back and letting him sneak out of the backfield on a wheel route. Our defense has just been killed, week after week with mismatches, especially slot receivers. But it's like we've never tried to do that back to the other team. I've never understood that, but it's good to see that we're actually doing this now. And when we do it, it seems to work. We seem to be getting the advantage. For the first time all year, we're finally starting to see, on a consistent basis, this offense getting huge chunk plays. One of the things that has been missing since the beginning of the season and it's been the main reason why we've struggled on offense is because nothing has come easy to us. Everything has been systematically moving the football up the field like we're an NFL team. Now, that's great if you got someone like Drew Brees or something like that can pick your defense apart with short and precise precision passes. But when you don't have a quarterback that can throw like that, you need to be able to get big, huge plays. And these last 2 weeks, we've seen Shea Patterson throw for over 300 yards and for more than 4 touchdowns. This game he threw for 5. Don't know why he was in there at the end in the middle of the fourth quarter. Would have liked to see one of the other quarterbacks get in there, but nevertheless, he's been really playing well these last 2 weeks. It seems like he's finally become comfortable. It's more than that. He's finally looked 100% healthy. He's finally looked comfortable. The offensive line has played extremely well. The passing game, the running game has been a little bit more efficient, and more than anything else, we've taken care of the football. So at the beginning of the season, it was just killing us. Each game there was about 3 to 4 fumbles a game. We were losing the football on just a ridiculous pace, and it made it difficult for us as an offense to get any type of flow when you're turning the football over, and you're losing the game as far as time of possession, as far as actual possessions go. It's killing the morale of the team. So it's good to see that we're finally taking care of the football and allowing our offense to, play to its full potential. I know Indiana had a few guys that were down and injured and stuff like that, but I don't know how much of a bearing that would have had on the outcome of this game. Michigan, as a whole, as a team, has played, lights out, especially since the end of the Penn State game, where they had every opportunity to tie that game and perhaps win in overtime. This team has played like a different team. They played with more passion, and it's unfortunate we lost those games, because now you think about what could have been. But it is what it is. The game is over with. At this point, we're just playing for pride, playing for trying to spoil people's seasons, and we're playing very, very well. One thing about college football that I've noticed is, these things change from week to week. You could be playing lights out football 1 week, and then 2 weeks from there you struggle and you lose against an unranked team on the road or something like that. And to me, it's always about consistency. And the more consistent you are, the less bad habits you have, the less likely it is that when you get challenged or you get placed on the road, that you're gonna fall into that trap and you're not gonna be properly prepared. And you know, I'm not gonna get into full details as far as next week goes, because I'm gonna have a full video on that and have my own predictions video for the game next week. But anybody can get beaten. It's not a given just because of how well you're playing and your rank and the amount of talent that you supposedly have on your team that it's an automatic win no matter who you play. I mean, at the time of me making this video, Oregon lost. They went down to Arizona State. They went on the road against a struggling Arizona State team, and they lost. So whenever you, as a football team, you go on the road, all that dominance, it goes out the window. It's a completely different game. That's why I know people laughed at me last year when I said when we lost against Ohio State that I thought that the game would be a different game if it was played in Michigan. People, said to me, "Oh, it wouldn't have mattered," and laughed and made all the comments that they did. But I don't care what anybody says. When you're a team and you go and you play on the road, whatever dominance that you've had as a football team during the season, all that can go out the window. And up until this point, Ohio State, while they've looked like the best team in the whole entire country, the most consistent team, the most talented team, the most complete team. You hear all these different titles and stuff like that, but when you look at it, all of their quote unquote difficult games up until this point have been at home. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens when they go on the road. You got a team in Michigan that's trending upwards. So, it's going to be an interesting game. But anyways, getting back to this Indiana game, I'm proud of the team. They played very, very well. It seems like everything is clicking at the right time. They're trending, perfectly in the right direction. I would have liked to see more of the non-stars get into the game at the end of the game versus Indiana, but that didn't look like it happened. But we came out with the victory. We came out with a convincing victory. It's been like 3 games in a row where we've been pretty dominant in how we've been, playing either on offense or defense. So it just looks like this team is finally caught stride and finally is working, whether it be offense or defense, efficiently for the first time all season. Really, it's always been the defense playing much better than the offense, and the defense covering the offense. That's been the main thing for years now, and to see a team like Michigan go into a hostile environment in Indiana where we've historically had issues and come out with a very convincing win, it speaks volumes as far as the mindset and the ability of this team to improve. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens when we play Ohio State next week. Anybody can be beat on any given Saturday. I know a lot of people are, cocky and overconfident about that. But hey, last year at this time, you had Ohio State fans thinking that they were going to lose and basically wondering what happened. So don't think just because of what's happened up to this point that as an offense and as a team that you can't be beaten. It can happen. Just ask what happened to Oregon. So, overall, Shea played amazing, lights out. Second weekdays passed for over 300 yards. Second week in a row that we've had a 100-yard wide receiver. Nico got 3 touchdowns today. So, he had an amazing game. And, offensively, we played amazingly. Defensively, once they got those 2 touchdowns, pretty much shut them down. They still were able to move the football on a few drives, but the defense held and played very well overall for the game. So I'm very happy about that. That's it for the video. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you liked the video, definitely feel free to leave a like on the video. It definitely helps out my channel tremendously. Let me know how you feel in the comment section below about today's win. Were you surprised at the outcome of the score? Do you think that Michigan just, you expected them to do that well? Let me know how you feel in the comment section below. And if you like my content and you want to, continue to watch my videos and stuff like that, definitely hit the subscribe button and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to, always be in touch and hear or know when I'm going to be posting a video and when I have posted the video, definitely hit the bell with notifications. It'll just let you know every time that I post the video. Anyways, thank you for watching the video, and as always, go blue.